The unexpected arrival. The vast expanse of space stretched out before the gleaming spires of Galactic University, its crystalline structures reflecting the light of 3 nearby suns. Nestled in the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy, this prestigious institution stood as a beacon of interstellar knowledge and cooperation, drawing the brightest minds from across the cosmos. On this particular day, the university's grand atrium buzzed with excitement as new students from a myriad of species filed in for orientation. Tentacled cephalons floated alongside towering arboreals, while telepathic psionics communicated silently with their peers. The air was filled with a cacophony of languages, translated seamlessly by advanced universal translators. Amidst this sea of alien life, a small figure in a battered spacesuit stumbled through the entrance, helmet visor fogged from heavy breathing. The newcomer's arrival went largely unnoticed at first, lost in the bustle of the crowded atrium. It wasn't until a stray elbow knocked the figure's helmet off that chaos erupted. A collective gasp rippled through the crowd as a mane of unruly red hair spilled out, framing a face that was undeniably, shockingly human. Wide-eyed and pale, the young woman blinked rapidly, adjusting to the alien atmosphere. By the cosmic winds, whispered a nearby Lumina, its bioluminescent skin flashing in surprise. Is that a human? The word spread like wildfire through the atrium. Humans were known throughout the galaxy, but largely as a primitive species, barely capable of interplanetary travel. Their presence at Galactic University was unprecedented. As the crowd's attention focused on her, the human girl straightened up, squaring her shoulders despite her obvious discomfort. Hi, she said, her voice trembling slightly. I'm Zara Chen. I think there's been a bit of a mix-up with my enrollment. A sleek, silver-skinned being glided forward, its multiple eyes blinking in rapid succession. I am Dean Exerlax, it announced, voice modulated to a soothing tone. Welcome to Galactic University, Zara Chen of Earth. Your presence here is unexpected. Zara nodded, a wry smile twisting her lips. You can say that again. Last thing I remember, I was testing out my dad's experimental wormhole generator in our garage. Next thing I know, I'm hurtling through space and crash landing on your front lawn. A ripple of surprised murmurs swept through the crowd. Wormhole technology was cutting edge even for the most advanced species. The idea that a human had cobbled together a functioning generator in a primitive dwelling was almost inconceivable. Dean Exerlax's eyes narrowed, focusing intently on Zara. Fascinating. It seems your arrival here, while accidental, may not be without merit. Tell me, young human, what fields of study interest you? Zara's eyes lit up, her initial nervousness giving way to enthusiasm. Oh, everything. Physics, biology, xenanthropology. I've always dreamed of learning about the universe, but I never imagined I'd get to do it firsthand like this. The dean nodded, a decision clearly forming in its mind. Very well. Galactic University prides itself on recognizing potential, regardless of its origin. We would be remiss to turn away a student who has already demonstrated such unconventional problem-solving skills. A shocked silence fell over the atrium, broken only by the excited chittering of a group of insectoid hive mind students. Zara's jaw dropped, her eyes widening in disbelief. You mean I can stay? I can study here? Provided you can keep up with the curriculum, yes, Dean Exerlax confirmed. Consider this a trial period. You will be expected to match the academic rigor of your peers, despite your educational disadvantages. Zara's face split into a wide grin, her earlier trepidation forgotten in the face of this incredible opportunity. I won't let you down, Dean Exerlax. This is beyond my wildest dreams. As the initial shock wore off, curious students began to approach Zara, peppering her with questions about Earth and human culture. The young woman answered as best she could, her enthusiasm infectious. Observing from a distance, Dean Exerlax conferred quietly with other faculty members. This could be a diplomatic nightmare, muttered Professor Zorn, a gelatinous being specializing in interspecies relations. The human governments will demand explanations. Perhaps Steen Xelax agreed. But it could also be an unprecedented opportunity. Imagine the insights we could gain from studying a human up close, especially one clever enough to accidentally breach the barriers of space-time. As the day wore on, Zara was assigned a dormitory and given a crash course in campus basics. Her fellow students, while still wary, seemed to warm to her open curiosity and quick wit. By the time night fell, artificially, as the planet's 3 suns never truly set, Zara found herself surrounded by a small group of alien students, sharing stories and laughter over meals in the university's grand dining hall. Exhausted but exhilarated, Zara finally retired to her new quarters. As she lay in bed, staring out at the unfamiliar constellations, the magnitude of her situation began to sink in. She was light years from home, the first human to step foot in this part of the galaxy, about to embark on an educational journey beyond anything she could have imagined. "Well, Dad," she whispered to herself, a mix of nerves and excitement bubbling in her chest. "I guess your wormhole generator worked after all. I just hope you're not worrying too much back on Earth." As Zara drifted off to sleep, she was unaware of the ripples her arrival had already caused. In the administrative offices of Galactic University, encrypted messages were being sent to Earth, diplomatic channels opening for the first time. And in the depths of space, other, less benevolent entities had taken notice of the human anomaly that had breached the barriers between worlds. Zara's adventure was only just beginning, and its consequences would reach far beyond the hallowed halls of Galactic University. Cultural clashes and unlikely friendships. The first rays of the triple suns peeked through Zara's window, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across her room. She blinked awake, momentarily disoriented by the alien landscape outside. Then, as memories of the previous day flooded back, a grin spread across her face. She was really here, at Galactic University, about to start her first day of classes. Zara's excitement quickly gave way to anxiety as she realized she had no idea how to prepare for an interstellar education. What did one wear to class when your classmates included beings made of pure energy? She settled on her usual jeans and t-shirt, hoping her uniquely human attire wouldn't stand out too much in a place where standing out seemed inevitable. As she stepped into the corridor, Zara found herself face to face, or rather, face to tentacle, with her dormitory neighbor, a cephalon named Florp. The creature's skin shifted through a rainbow of colors before settling on a curious purple. "Greetings, human Zara," Florp burbled through its translator. "I hope your sleep cycle was restful. May I accompany you to our first lecture?" Grateful for the friendly gesture, Zara nodded. "That'd be great, thanks. I'm still not sure where anything is around here." As they made their way through the twisting corridors of the university, Zara marveled at the diversity of life forms around her. Students of all shapes, sizes, and states of matter hurried to and fro, their chatter a symphony of alien languages. Their first class was quantum xenobiology, held in a vast amphitheater that seemed to defy the laws of physics. As Zara took her seat, she noticed the curious glances and whispers from her classmates. Some seemed fascinated, others wary, and a few openly hostile. The professor, a being of pure light contained within a hovering orb, began the lecture. Zara's head spun as complex equations and alien concepts flashed across holographic displays. She furiously scribbled notes, determined not to fall behind on her first day. Halfway through the lecture, the professor posed a question to the class. "Who can explain the principles behind transdimensional cellular mitosis?" Silence fell over the amphitheater. Zara's mind raced, connecting dots between the lecture and half-remembered late-night documentaries she'd watched back on Earth. Hesitantly, she raised her hand. The professor's light pulsed in surprise. "Yes, the human student. Please enlighten us." Taking a deep breath, Zara launched into an explanation, drawing parallels between the alien concept and Earth's quantum entanglement theories. As she spoke, she noticed the professor's light growing brighter, and the surprise on her classmates' faces. When she finished, the professor let out a sound like tinkling bells. Remarkable. A unique perspective, drawing connections I hadn't considered. It seems there's more to human science than we realized. Pride swelled in Zara's chest, but it was short-lived. As they filed out of the class, she overheard a group of psionics muttering telepathically, their thoughts leaking into the air. Beginner's luck, one thought spoke. There's no way a primitive human can keep up here. She doesn't belong, another agreed. It's only a matter of time before she washes out. Zara's shoulders slumped, the excitement of her small victory fading. As she walked dejectedly towards her next class, she felt a gentle tap on her shoulder. She turned to find herself face to face with a towering arboreal, its bark-like skin etched with intricate patterns. "Pay them no mind," the arboreal said, its voice like rustling leaves. "I am Thorn. Your explanation was truly insightful." Zara smiled gratefully. "Thanks, Thorn. I'm Zara. I just hope I can keep up with everything. It's also alien." Thorn's branches quivered in what Zara assumed was laughter. "To us, you are the alien, Zara. Yet you've already shown you have much to offer. Come, let us seek sustenance together." In the university's grand cafeteria, Zara found herself at a table with Thorn, Slorp, and a handful of other curious students. As they shared meals from across the galaxy, Zara politely declined the live Zorgax worms. Conversation flowed freely. "Tell us of Earth," a crystalline being named Prism chimed. "Is it true your species still relies on combustion engines?" Zara laughed. "Some of us, yeah. But we're working on cleaner technologies. My dad's a scientist, always tinkering with new ideas." "Like the wormhole generator that brought you here?" Slorp asked, tentacles waving excitedly. Zara nodded, a pang of homesickness hitting her. "Yeah, exactly. I hope he's not too worried about me." Thorn's leaves rustled sympathetically. "Fear not, Zara. The university has surely contacted your world by now, though I imagine your arrival has caused quite a stir." As they continued to chat, Zara found herself relaxing. Despite their alien appearances, her new friends shared many of the same hopes, fears, and interests as her human peers back on Earth. They swapped stories about their homeworlds, compared notes on classes, and even joked about the mysterious slime that passed for dessert in the cafeteria. However, their budding camaraderie was interrupted by a harsh voice. Well, if it isn't the pet human and her freak show friends." Zara turned to see a group of students led by a magnoid, a being composed of swirling magnetic fields. His sneer was evident even without a physical face. "Ignore them," Thorn whispered. "Vex and his group believe in the superiority of energy-based life forms." But Zara, emboldened by her new friendships and determined to stand her ground, stood up. "Got a problem with me being here?" she challenged, meeting Vex's gaze steadily. The magnoid's fields crackled dangerously. "Your kind doesn't belong here, human. You're centuries behind the rest of us. It's only a matter of time before you fail spectacularly." Zara felt her temper flare. "We'll see about that. I'm here to learn, same as you. And from what I've seen so far, humans might have a thing or two to teach you as well." Vex's fields pulsed angrily, but before he could respond, a stern voice cut through the tension. "Is there a problem here, students?" Dean Exelax had appeared, its multiple eyes taking in the scene with disapproval. "No problem, Dean," Vex said smoothly, his fields calming. "Just welcoming our new classmate." With a final glare at Zara, he and his group slithered away. As the dean moved on, Zara slumped back into her seat, the adrenaline leaving her system. "Well," she said with a weak laugh, "I guess I've made my first enemy at Galactic U." Her new friends clustered around her supportively. "You stood your ground admirably," Thorn said, placing a branch-like hand on her shoulder. "Indeed," Slorp agreed, his skin flashing impressed patterns. "You've shown you have the spirit to thrive here, Zara of Earth." As they finished their meal and headed to their afternoon classes, Zara felt a renewed sense of determination. She might be out of her depth in this alien world, but she wasn't alone. With friends by her side and her own human ingenuity, she was ready to face whatever challenges Galactic University had in store. Little did she know, those challenges would soon extend far beyond the classroom, testing not just her academic abilities, but the very foundations of human potential. The academic challenge. As weeks turned into months, Zara settled into a routine at Galactic University. Her days were filled with mind-bending lectures, late-night study sessions with her alien friends, and the constant struggle to prove herself in a world where humans were considered primitive curiosities at best. Despite the initial skepticism from some of her peers and professors, Zara's unique perspective and tenacious work ethic began to earn her a reputation. Her ability to draw unexpected connections between Earth sciences and advanced alien concepts often led to breakthroughs in class discussions. One crisp morning, as Zara hurried to her temporal mechanics lecture, she nearly collided with Dean Exelax in the corridor. "Ah, Zara Chen," the dean's modulated voice hummed, "just the student I was hoping to encounter. Walk with me, if you please." Curious and slightly apprehensive, Zara fell into step beside the gliding, silver-skinned being. "Is everything all right, Dean Exelax?" The dean's multiple eyes blinked in rapid succession, a gesture Zara had come to recognize as excitement. "More than all right, my dear. I have an opportunity to present to you. Are you familiar with the Galactic Academic Olympiad?" Zara's eyes widened. She'd heard whispers about the prestigious competition, where the brightest students from universities across the galaxy competed in a series of brutal intellectual challenges. "I've heard of it," she said cautiously. "But isn't it usually reserved for senior students?" Dean Exelax's skin rippled in what might have been a chuckle. "Usually, yes. However, your unique status and unexpected aptitude have caught the attention of the Olympiad Committee. They've extended a special invitation for you to compete as part of the Galactic University team." Zara's heart raced. This was an incredible opportunity, a chance to prove not just her own worth, but the potential of humanity on a galactic stage. Yet, the thought of competing against the most brilliant minds in the cosmos was terrifying. I'm honored," she stammered. "But are you sure I'm ready for this?" The dean's eyes focused intently on her. "The question, Zara Chen of Earth, is whether you believe you're ready. This competition will test you in ways you cannot imagine, but it will also be an opportunity to showcase the unique strengths of your species." Zara took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. "Then I accept. I won't let you down, Dean Exelax." The next few weeks were a whirlwind of preparation. Zara and her teammates, Thorn, Florp, and a brilliant psionic named Zira, trained relentlessly. They tackled simulations of past Olympiad challenges, pushing the boundaries of their knowledge and problem-solving abilities. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. The team was teleported to a massive space station at the heart of the galaxy, where representatives from hundreds of universities had gathered. The air crackled with nervous energy and the hum of thousands of translators working overtime. As Zara and her team took their places, she couldn't help but notice the surprised looks and whispers that followed her. She was the only human in the entire competition, a fact that filled her with both pride and trepidation. The first challenge was a test of theoretical physics. Holographic displays flickered to life, presenting a complex scenario involving colliding universes. Zara's mind raced as she and her teammates worked furiously to solve the problem. To everyone's surprise, it was Zara who had the breakthrough. Drawing on her knowledge of Earth's string theory and combining it with alien concepts she'd learned at Galactic U, she proposed a solution that left even the judges murmuring in impressed tones. The competition continued, each challenge more daunting than the last. There were tests of xenobiology that had Slorp's tentacles tied in knots, temporal paradoxes that made Zira's psychic abilities flicker, and engineering problems that set Thorn's leaves quivering. Throughout it all, Zara found herself contributing in unexpected ways. Her human perspective, once dismissed as primitive, often provided the key to unlocking particularly thorny problems. She approached challenges with a creativity and intuitive leaps that sometimes baffled but often impressed her alien counterparts. As the final day of the competition dawned, Galactic University's team found themselves in an unprecedented position, tied for first place with the perennial champions from the Osiris Collective. The final challenge was announced. Teams would have to design and theoretically construct a device capable of communicating across parallel dimensions. It was a problem that had stumped the greatest minds in the galaxy for centuries. As they huddled together, brainstorming frantically, Zara felt a spark of inspiration. "Wait," she said, her eyes lighting up. "What if we approach this from a completely different angle? Instead of trying to send a message across dimensions, what if we create a device that can perceive and interpret naturally occurring cross-dimensional phenomena?" Her teammates looked at her in confusion. "Explain," Zara urged, her psychic aura pulsing with curiosity. Zara grinned, warming to her topic. "On Earth, we have a concept called pareidolia, the tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random data. What if there are similar patterns in the background noise of the universe, echoes from other dimensions that we've been overlooking because we're too focused on sending rather than receiving?" As she outlined her idea, combining Earth folklore about supernatural communication with cutting-edge physics, she saw understanding dawn in her teammates' eyes. They set to work, Zara's human intuition melding seamlessly with their advanced alien knowledge. When time was called, the teams presented their solutions. The Osiris Collective's design was brilliant and complex, a marvel of theoretical engineering. But when Galactic University's team unveiled their concept, the judges were visibly stunned. "Remarkable," the head judge, a being of pure energy, declared. "A truly innovative approach, combining perspectives in a way we've never seen before. This could revolutionize our understanding of multidimensional communication." As the scores were tallied, Zara held her breath. When the final results were announced, she could hardly believe her ears. Galactic University had won, by the narrowest of margins. The stadium erupted in cheers. Zara found herself engulfed in a tangle of tentacles, branches, and psychic energy as her teammates celebrated. As they were presented with the Olympiad trophy, a crystal that seemed to contain an entire galaxy within it, Zara felt a swell of pride unlike anything she'd ever experienced. She had not only proven herself, but had shown the entire galaxy that humanity, for all its perceived primitiveness, had something unique and valuable to offer. As the team prepared to return to Galactic University, flush with victory and exhaustion, Dean Xelax approached them. Its silver skin was practically glowing with satisfaction. "Congratulations," it said, its modulated voice warm with pride. "You've not only brought honor to our university, but have opened many eyes to the potential of interspecies collaboration. Especially you, Zara Chen of Earth. Your performance here will be remembered for a long time to come." Zara beamed, but before she could respond, a commotion near the teleportation pads caught everyone's attention. A group of official-looking aliens was escorting someone through the crowd, someone who looked surprisingly human. As the figure drew closer, Zara's jaw dropped in shock. It was her father, looking bewildered but immensely proud. "Dad," she gasped. What are you doing here?" Dr. Chen enveloped his daughter in a tight hug. "Zara, when you disappeared, I knew my wormhole generator had worked, but I had no idea where you'd ended up. It took months of negotiations and technological exchanges, but Earth has finally established official contact with the Galactic Federation, and just in time for me to see my little girl make history." As Zara introduced her father to her teammates and the dean, she felt a sense of wonder wash over her. She had come to Galactic University by accident, a lost human girl in a vast alien world. Now, she stood as a bridge between Earth and the galaxy, proof that humanity was ready to take its place among the stars. Little did she know, her adventures at Galactic University were far from over. The academic challenge had been won, but greater mysteries and dangers lay ahead, waiting to test not just Zara, but the entire concept of humanity's place in the cosmos, unraveling a cosmic mystery. In the wake of the Galactic Academic Olympiad, life at Galactic University took on a new rhythm for Zara. Her victory had earned her respect among her peers and professors, but it had also thrust her into the spotlight as an unofficial ambassador for humanity. Between her studies, she found herself fielding questions about Earth and human culture from curious aliens, and even giving occasional lectures on human perspectives in cosmic problem-solving. However, as the glow of victory began to fade, Zara noticed something unsettling. Strange occurrences were becoming more frequent on campus. Equipment in the labs would malfunction inexplicably. Students reported odd gaps in their memories, and there were whispers of shadowy figures seen lurking in the less frequented corners of the university. At first, Zara dismissed these incidents as typical weirdness in a place where the laws of physics were routinely bent. But her human intuition, the same instinct that had helped her win the Olympiad, told her something more sinister was afoot. One evening, as Zara was leaving the library after a late-night study session, she heard a muffled cry coming from a nearby storage room. Cautiously, she approached, her heart pounding. As she peered around the corner, she saw a sight that chilled her to the bone. A student, a bioluminescent lumina she recognized from her quantum ethics class, was being restrained by two shadowy figures. The luminous light was flickering weakly, as if it were being drained. Without thinking, Zara called out, "Hey, what's going on here?" The shadowy figures whirled around, revealing featureless, void-like faces. For a moment, they seemed startled by her presence. Then, moving within human speed, they released the lumina and lunged towards Zara. Zara's survival instincts kicked in. She grabbed a nearby fire extinguisher and unleashed a cloud of suppressant foam at the attackers. To her shock, the foam seemed to sizzle and evaporate as it touched them, revealing glimpses of a roiling dark energy beneath their shadowy forms. Taking advantage of their momentary confusion, Zara helped the weakened Lumina to its feet. "Run," she yelled, and they both took off down the corridor. As they fled, alarms began blaring throughout the building. Security drones converged on their location, but by the time they arrived, the shadowy assailants had vanished without a trace. In the aftermath of the incident, Zara found herself in Dean Serlak's office, along with a Lumina student she had rescued. "This is most disturbing," the dean said, its silver skin rippling with concern. "Zara, can you describe these entities again?" Zara recounted what she had seen, emphasizing the strange, energy-like nature of the attackers. As she spoke, she noticed the dean and the other faculty members exchanging worried glances. "I believe," Dean Serlak said slowly, "that we may be dealing with a threat far greater than mere campus security issues. These entities you describe, they sound remarkably like the Void Dwellers." "Void Dwellers?" Zara asked, her curiosity piqued despite her lingering fear. The dean's multiple eyes blinked rapidly. "They are the stuff of galactic legend, beings said to exist in the spaces between realities, feeding on the life energy of sentient creatures. But they were thought to be just that, legends." "Well, they felt pretty real to me," Zara said, suppressing a shudder. The Lumina, its glow still dim from the attack, spoke up. "They were trying to take something from me. Not just my energy, but knowledge, memories. I could feel them rifling through my mind." This revelation sent a new wave of concern through the room. Dean Serlak turned to Zara, its gaze intense. "Zara, I hate to ask this of you, but you've proven yourself exceptionally capable. We need your help to investigate this matter. Your human perspective might see things we would overlook." Zara felt a mix of fear and excitement. This was far beyond anything she had expected when she accidentally arrived at Galactic University. But she couldn't turn her back on this mystery, not when the safety of her new home was at stake. "I'll do it," she said firmly, "but I'll need help." And so, a task force was formed. Zara, along with her friends Thorn, Slorp, and Zira, were given special access to the university's archives and advanced detection equipment. Their mission, to uncover the truth about the Void Dwellers and find a way to stop them. As they delved into their research, a pattern began to emerge. The incidents had started around the same time Zara had arrived at the university. At first, this led to some suspicious glances from her alien teammates, but Zara quickly proposed a different theory. What if, she mused, pacing the room as she often did when thinking hard, my accidental trip through my dad's wormhole generator didn't just bring me here? What if it thinned the barriers between realities somehow? Zara's psychic aura pulsed with excitement. That actually makes sense. Your arrival could have created a weak point, a door that the Void Dwellers are now exploiting. Their investigation led them deep into the bowels of the university, to ancient labs and forgotten archives. They uncovered references to similar incidents throughout galactic history, always coinciding with major leaps in interdimensional travel technology. But it was in a dusty corner of the xenoarchaeology department that Zara made a breakthrough. She found an artifact, a small cube-like device covered in intricate, swirling patterns. As soon as she touched it, the cube hummed to life, projecting a holographic message. The message was fragmented, the alien language mostly indecipherable even to the advanced translation software. But a few phrases stood out: seal the breach, harmonic resonance, human brainwaves. Excitement building, Zara shared her find with the team. I think this might be the key, she said, her eyes shining with the thrill of discovery. The Void Dwellers are slipping through weak points in reality, and for some reason, human brainwaves might be the key to sealing those breaches. Fern's leaves rustled thoughtfully. It will explain why these incursions seem to have started with your arrival. Perhaps human consciousness resonates with the fabric of spacetime in a unique way. As they puzzled over the artifact and its implications, alarms suddenly blared throughout the campus. The Void Dwellers were attacking again, this time in greater numbers. Zara and her team raced to the scene, the artifact clutched tightly in her hands. They arrived to find chaos. Shadowy figures were swarming through the grand atrium, draining energy from panicked students and staff. In the center of it all, a swirling vortex of darkness was growing, a tear in the very fabric of reality. Through it, Zara could see glimpses of a realm of utter void and more Void Dwellers pouring through. We have to close that portal, Thorpe shouted, his tentacles flailing in distress. Zara's mind raced. The artifact, human brainwaves, harmonic resonance, it all had to be connected. Acting on instinct, she raised the cube-like device and focused her thoughts, trying to project a sense of solidity, of reality, against the encroaching void. To everyone's astonishment, the artifact began to glow, emitting a high-pitched tone that made the air itself seem to vibrate. The Void Dwellers recoiled, their shadowy forms wavering. It's working, Zara yelled. Quick, we need to amplify this somehow. As security forces battled the Void Dwellers, Zara and her team worked feverishly. They rigged up a makeshift amplification system, connecting the artifact to the university's vast power grid. With a deep breath, Zara placed her hands on the device once more. She thought of Earth, of the solidity of mountains, and the vastness of oceans. She thought of the rich tapestry of life she'd encountered at Galactic University. She poured every ounce of her human consciousness into the device. A pulse of energy radiated out from the artifact, visible as a ripple in the air. It washed over the Void Dwellers, causing them to shriek in an otherworldly chorus. The portal began to shrink, the edges of reality knitting themselves back together. With a final thunderous boom, the portal snapped shut. The remaining Void Dwellers, cut off from their home realm, dissipated into wisps of shadow. As the dust settled, Zara found herself at the center of a stunned silence. Then, gradually, cheers erupted from the gathered aliens. She had done it. She had saved Galactic University. But even as she basked in the moment of victory, Zara couldn't shake a feeling of unease. They had won this battle, but she suspected the war was far from over. The Void Dwellers had been repelled, but for how long? and what other cosmic dangers might be lurking in the vastness of space, waiting for humanity to stumble upon them. As Dean Exelax approached, its silver skin shimmering with a mix of relief and concern, Zara knew that her greatest challenges and humanity's true test in the galactic community was still to come. Humanity's stand. In the days following the Void Dweller attack, Galactic University buzzed with a mixture of fear and excitement. Zara found herself at the center of it all, hailed as a hero by some, viewed with suspicion by others. The incident had proven that humanity, despite its relative inexperience in galactic affairs, had a unique and powerful role to play. Dean Exelax called an emergency meeting of the university's top minds, including Zara and her team. The mood in the conference room was tense as holographic displays flickered with data from the recent attack. While we've repelled this incursion, our victory is far from complete, the Dean began, its silver skin rippling with concern. The Void Dwellers will return, and in greater numbers. We must prepare. Zara leaned forward, her mind racing. The artifact we found, it's the key. Somehow, it resonates with human brainwaves to reinforce the fabric of our reality against the void. Professor Zorn, the gelatinous xenobiologist, burbled thoughtfully. But you're just one human, Zara. How can we possibly generate enough power to protect not just the university, but potentially the entire galaxy? A moment of heavy silence fell over the room. Then, Zara's eyes lit up with an idea. We don't need more humans physically present, she said, excitement building in her voice. We need to broadcast human consciousness across the galaxy. Her declaration was met with a mixture of confusion and intrigue. Zira, her psionic friend, was the first to catch on. You mean, like a psychic amplifier, but on a galactic scale. Zara nodded enthusiastically. Exactly. We can use the university's quantum communication array to broadcast a signal, but instead of just data, we'll be sending the essence of human thought patterns. The room erupted into a flurry of discussion. Scientists argued about the feasibility, ethicists debated the implications, and engineers started sketching out possible designs. Through it all, Zara stood firm, her conviction unwavering. It's not just about raw power, she explained. It's about the unique way human minds perceive and interact with reality. Our imaginations, our ability to think abstractly and create, that's what the Void Dwellers can't stand against. As the plan took shape, a new challenge emerged. The broadcast would require an enormous amount of energy, more than the university could generate on its own. They would need help from across the galaxy. Dean Exelax made the decision to go public with the threat. In a historic broadcast, the Dean revealed the existence of the Void Dwellers to the galactic community and called for united action. The response was overwhelming. Ships from hundreds of worlds began arriving, carrying scientists, engineers, and volunteers eager to help. Among them was a contingent from Earth, the first official human delegation to the galactic community. As preparations for the great broadcast began, Zara found herself working alongside her father and a team of Earth's top scientists. Together, they refined the artifact's design, integrating it with Galactic University's advanced technology. I'm so proud of you, Zara, her father said one evening as they took a rare break. You've opened the door for all of humanity to join the galactic community. Zara smiled, feeling a mix of pride and trepidation. I just hope it's enough. The Void Dwellers, they're like nothing we've ever faced before. As if in response to her words, alarms blared across the campus. The Void Dwellers had returned, and in far greater numbers than before. The sky above Galactic University darkened as tears in reality began to open. It's now or never, Dean Exelax declared. Initiate the broadcast. Zara took her place at the center of a vast array of equipment. The artifact, now integrated into a larger machine, hummed with power. Around her, scientists and volunteers from 100 worlds worked frantically to keep the systems stable. Taking a deep breath, Zara placed her hands on the control panel. She closed her eyes, focusing her thoughts. But this time, she didn't just think of Earth or her experiences. She opened her mind to the vastness of human potential, every story, every dream, every act of creation that her species had ever conceived. As the broadcast began, Zara felt a surge of energy unlike anything she'd ever experienced. It was as if she could feel the minds of every human on Earth joining with her, their collective imagination and creativity flowing through her and out into the cosmos. The effect was immediate and stunning. The void dwellers recoiled as waves of human consciousness washed over them. Reality itself seemed to solidify, the tiers in space-time knitting themselves closed. But the void dwellers fought back. They pushed against the human broadcast, their darkness threatening to overwhelm the light of consciousness. Zara gritted her teeth, pushing herself to her limits. "We need more," she shouted. "Everyone, focus your thoughts. Imagine the universe as you want it to be." Across the campus, across the planet, and even on ships in orbit, beings of all species closed their eyes and joined in the effort. They might not have the same resonance as human brainwaves, but their thoughts added power to the broadcast. Thorn thought of vast forests spanning galaxies. Florp imagined oceans of possibility. Zira projected visions of minds linked in harmony across the cosmos. And from Earth came a torrent of human creativity, art, music, stories, and dreams of a future among the stars. The combined force of so much imagination and creativity proved too much for the void dwellers. With a silent scream that shook the fabric of reality, they were pushed back. The tiers in space-time slammed shut, sealing the barriers between dimensions. As the last of the void dwellers vanished, a cheer went up from the gathered beings. Zara, exhausted but elated, was engulfed in a group held by her friends. "You did it, Zara." Florp burbled, his tentacles waving excitedly. "No," Zara said with a tired smile. "We did it. All of us together." As the celebration spread across the campus, Dean Exerlax approached Zara and her father. The dean's silver skin was glowing with an intensity Zara had never seen before. "Zara Chen of Earth," the dean said, its modulated voice filled with emotion. "You have not only saved Galactic University, but quite possibly the entire galaxy. You've shown us the true power of humanity, not just your technology or your brainwaves, but your boundless creativity and your ability to unite diverse beings toward a common goal." Zara blushed, feeling the weight of the dean's words. "Thank you, Dean Exerlax. But what happens now? The void dwellers are gone, but..." The dean's many eyes blinked in rapid succession, a sign of excitement. "Now, Zara, we enter a new era. Humanity has proven itself a vital part of the galactic community. There will be challenges ahead, but I believe that together, we can face anything the cosmos throws our way." As Zara looked out at the celebrating crowd, a tapestry of diverse alien life forms all united in victory, she felt a swell of pride and hope. Humanity had taken its stand among the stars, and the future looked brighter than she could have ever imagined. But even as she joined in the celebration, a small part of her wondered. What other wonders and dangers lurked in the vast, unexplored reaches of the universe? Whatever came next, Zara knew that humanity, with its unique blend of imagination, adaptability, and determination, would be ready to face it. The greatest adventure, it seemed, was just beginning. A new perspective on humanity. In the months following the defeat of the Void Dwellers, Galactic University underwent a transformation. The campus buzzed with a new energy as species from across the cosmos flocked to study the phenomenon that had saved them all, human creativity and consciousness. Zara found herself at the center of this whirlwind of change. No longer just a curiosity or an academic prodigy, she had become a symbol of humanity's potential and a bridge between Earth and the wider galactic community. One sunny morning, as Zara made her way to a newly established human studies lecture hall, she marveled at how much had changed. Holographic banners showcased human art and invention alongside the greatest achievements of other species. In the cafeteria, Earth cuisine had become the latest culinary craze, with aliens excitedly sampling everything from sushi to salsa. As she entered the lecture hall, a hush fell over the assembled alien students. At the podium stood Dean Exerlax, its silver skin gleaming with anticipation. "Welcome, students, to our inaugural lecture on human cognitive resonance and its applications in trans-dimensional stability," the dean began. "And who better to lead this discussion than the human who showed us the true power of her species? Zara Chen, please join me." Zara took a deep breath and stepped up to the podium. Looking out at the sea of alien faces, some familiar, many new, she felt a surge of pride and responsibility. "Thank you, Dean Exerlax," she began. "When I accidentally arrived at Galactic University, I never imagined I'd be standing here today. But that's the thing about humans, we're full of surprises, even to ourselves." Over the next hour, Zara led a fascinating discussion on human consciousness, creativity, and its unique interaction with the fabric of reality. She fielded questions on everything from human dreams to the nature of imagination. "But it's not just about raw creative power," Zara explained. "It's about how we use it. Humans have an incredible capacity for empathy and collaboration. We don't just imagine new realities, we work together to build them." As the lecture concluded, Zara noticed a familiar face entering the hall. Her father, Dr. Chen, was accompanied by a group of distinguished-looking aliens. Zara recognized the insignia of the Galactic Federation Council. Dean Exerlax's eyes blinked rapidly in excitement. "Ah, perfect timing. Students, we have some very special guests with us today. Dr. Chen, would you like to share the news?" Zara's father stepped forward, beaming with pride. "Thank you, Dean. I'm pleased to announce that after extensive deliberation, the Galactic Federation Council has unanimously voted to offer Earth full membership status." The lecture hall erupted in cheers and a cacophony of alien sounds of approval. Zara felt a wave of emotion wash over her. This was it, humanity's official welcome to the galactic stage. But Dr. Chen wasn't finished. Furthermore, in recognition of the unique contributions humans can make to galactic society, the Council has approved the establishment of the first human creativity and consciousness research institute right here at Galactic University. Zara's jaw dropped. This was beyond anything she had imagined when she first arrived at the university. As the excitement in the hall grew, Zara found herself surrounded by her alien friends. Thorn's leaves rustled with joy, Sorp's tentacles waved in excitement, and Zira's psychic aura pulsed with pride. "You've done it, Zara," Zira said, her telepathic voice filled with emotion. "You've changed how the entire galaxy sees humanity." Zara shook her head, smiling. "We did it together. All of us, human and alien alike." As the day wore on, Zara found a quiet moment to slip away to her favorite spot on campus, a small garden with a view of the three suns setting over the alien landscape. As she sat there, reflecting on the journey that had brought her to this point, she was joined by Dean Exerlax. "Quite a view, isn't it?" the dean said, its modulated voice soft. Zara nodded. "It's beautiful. I never get tired of it." "You know, Zara," the dean continued, "when you first arrived here, many of us saw humans as a primitive, barely spacefaring species. We were curious about you, certainly, but few could have predicted the impact you would have." "I'm still not sure I believe it myself," Zara admitted. The dean's skin rippled in what Zara had come to recognize as a chuckle. "Believe it. You've shown us that true advancement isn't just about technology or even knowledge. It's about perspective, creativity, and the ability to bring diverse minds together towards a common goal." They sat in companionable silence for a moment, watching the alien sunset. Then the dean spoke again. "The challenges we faced with the Void Dwellers may be over, but I suspect they were just the beginning. The galaxy, no, the universe, is vast and full of wonders and dangers we have yet to discover. But I believe that with humanity now part of our galactic family, we're better equipped than ever to face whatever comes our way." Zara felt a thrill of excitement at the dean's words. "So what's next?" she asked. That, my dear Zara, is up to you. To all of us, the dean replied. With the new research institute, we'll be exploring the full potential of human consciousness and creativity. We'll be pushing the boundaries of what's possible, not just in science and technology, but in art, philosophy, and ways of thinking we haven't even conceived of yet. As if to punctuate the dean's words, a streak of light blazed across the sky, a ship entering the atmosphere, perhaps carrying new students or researchers eager to join in this new era of galactic cooperation. Zara said, a smile playing on her lips. When I was a kid back on Earth, dreaming of the stars, I never imagined anything like this. But now that we're here, now that humanity is part of this amazing galactic community, I can't wait to see what we'll discover next. The dean's many eyes blinked in agreement. Nor can I, Zara, nor can I. As the last rays of the alien suns dipped below the horizon, Zara felt a profound sense of hope and excitement for the future. Humanity had found its place among the stars, not through conquest or technological superiority, but through the power of imagination, creativity, and the ability to bring people together. The adventure that had started with one girl's accidental journey through a wormhole had blossomed into a new chapter for all of humanity, and for the galaxy itself. As Zara gazed up at the stars, now filled with endless possibilities, she knew that the greatest discoveries, the most amazing adventures, were still to come. And humanity, with its unique blend of creativity, adaptability, and determination, would be at the forefront, ready to face whatever wonders or challenges the universe had in store. The end.